It's 10 o'clock, so Maria, Maria used to be a student in the previous workshops. She participated in last year workshop in the mobility, and now she has studying a master, and as part of her master, he has for her final project of master final project, she has developed and study about how smart visits to museums or visits to museums with smart facilities can impact on the future of younger students. So now I think I let you the stage. just for you have improved from a student to lecturer in a single project, so it's not bad. And just the stage is you for your presentation.
Thank you, Carmen. So, well, as Carmen said, I have conducted a study about visits to the museum. And before starting, I'm going to contextualize a little bit the education system here in Spain. In Spain, 100 years ago, there was a population of 18 million, from which 12 million were illiterate. That meant that they didn't know how to read or write. In a study conducted by Collado, we see that 5.7 million, more than 60% of women didn't know how to read or were not educated, and more of them were men. Nowadays, thankfully, this has improved the situation thanks to economic growth and wealth, and you can say that a third out of 3 out of 4 youngsters here in Spain have finishes high school. That means high school here in Spain is mandatory until 16 years old. I don't know if other countries might be similar, but right now it's 16, and we can say that more than 50% of 20 years old have a college degree. That means that they have access to higher education, and also they do it. To enter university here in Spain, you have 2 different ways. First is you do after high school 2 years of more studies, known as Bachiller degree. After this, you have to do a college entrance exam, or also you can go to professional studies, 2 years of medium level and 2 years more of the superior level, and then you can go to university. And the entrance exam for them it's not mandatory, but they can do it. So we have here last year on 2019. Yes, on 2019, 279,000 students enrolled in this exam, from which 246,773 students passed it. We have that 56% of them were women. Okay, that means that there are more women that want to do college studies more than men. And there are 2 types of exam: the generic exam, and if you do not pass it, or if you want to repeat it the same year, you can do an extraordinary exam. Okay. And then, thanks to the Ministry of Education, we have this data that says that on the last year, okay, more 55% of students were women. That means that in general, or in Spain universities, there are more women than men. But we can see that this is not represented through all the fields. In social studies, there are more women that enroll and more women than graduated. And also in humanities, health science, and science it's 50-50. But in engineering and architecture, that this is our field here in this faculty, only 25% are women. and 75% are men. This means that there's like a stigma here, seeing that women do not like technology, do not like math, or they are not enough, which is not true, as many of you can say. And well, here we have the graduated percentage of graduation degrees from college degrees. And also here in Spain, in the past 10 years, there's been also a decrease of interest in engineering. What does it mean? That 10 years ago, in 2009, 24% of all students, male and female, decided to do an engineer architecture. But nowadays, this number has dropped to 70% compared to other studies that have increased. This number is not very liked by today's society because we live in a technological society, and also there's a lot of demand of professionals in that know technology, know engineering, in mathematics, which this number is not shown in the choice of made to start. Okay. So what can we do from here, from university, to improve, to help these young students, high schoolers, teenagers, to let them see what really is technology, what really we do here, and it's to take away that stigma. So we use STEM. STEM, if you don't know what it is an acronym that stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. Okay, this is used more in the educational ground to educate young people in these subjects. It is done through, for example, a field trip, an activity, a project, which they have a little bit of knowledge on these subjects, and they have to work together to create a solution given a problem or given an activity. It is also recently STEM, we can also read it as STEM with an A. This letter stands for art. It is used so it can be more approachable from the students, as art is seen as the easy subject or more light. So, as I have said, it can be a project, a lecture, an activity, okay, and it helps gain a new perspective to the teenagers, and also to take away that image of just the one that's good at math is just a geek. No, anybody can be good at math, and it can be for anyone. So how can we do this here? Okay, so we do this here with a visit to the museum using, well, as Carmen said, and technology and ICT visit to the museum. The museum, I don't know if you have seen it. It's located on the building next to us. This is the 4P building, and the other one is the 4D building. Okay, it's located on the ground floor and first floor. So this activity is the visit. We bring here the teenagers. We do the visit to the museum, explaining it a little bit, and then we do a Telecochip activity. This activity is done by university teachers. Okay, they prepare a little bit lecture of what is telecommunications, and they do it. Museum and Telecochips. The museum is divided in 5 sections. We have telephony, telegraphy, instrumentation, radio communication, and sound on demand. It's called the Museum Vicente Miralles because it honors the first telecommunications engineer of the region, of the Valencia region. And it also tells the particular story of telecommunications engineer, but also what happened here in Valencia. as I said previously, the ground floor. Okay, this is a map of the building next to us, the other one. Here we have the telegraphy section. Here we can see Morse coders and Morse decoders, the teles. Okay, there's lots of equipment display. Please pay a visit. It's very beautiful. Here also on the ground we have telephony, the telephony section. This is one of the most liked because we have like a display here which shows the evolution of the telephone from the big ones with big antennas and rusty looks up to the more smaller and some flip flops. Okay, wait, this here. This machine here, it's also really like the students because there's a show in Spain. It's on Netflix. It's called the Cable Girls, I think in English. I don't know. Well, they use the main characters used to work here, so a lot of students know this machine thanks to Netflix and the show. But I don't think you know it, right? No.
I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Well. On the first floor, we have the instrumentation section. It's on this little corridor. And this we have multimeters, an X-ray machine here. Next one, we have the radio communication section. It's here. This a PCR transmitter. Usually the radio communications equipment were used during wars, so that's why they are green. And at the end we have the image and sound. It's this one. We have recorders, gramophones, phonographs, also all kinds of radios. This is Radio Iberia. It's the first radio developed here in Spain. And well, if you go there, you can see like an evolution of radios from the big ones to the smaller ones. Also, this radio is this one was built from an amateur here at the south of the region. It has quite a story. I invite you to go there and see the story. Also, we have televisions, record players, everything. It's there. So that's it. That's for what's the museum and what we showed to the students. And then after that, the Telecochip Activities. The name comes from telecommunications and tea, like a little aperitif, like a little taste of what they can be, what they can see here if they study at this faculty. Around the years, we have done a lot of Telecochip activities, but in this year, we have done these 5. The first one is antennas. It's a little lecture made by a university teacher, Marta, where she explains what are antennas, how they work, and then they do an activity there. Also, we have radio communications done by Luis Pérez. This one, they use Morse code, and they build a little transmitter and receiver, and they have to send a little message with Morse code. They liked it. I think they liked it. Next one is virtual reality, done by Beatriz and Jose Maria Monzo. This one, they use the Oculus Rift glasses for virtual reality, and they experience a new world through this new technology. Then we have physics with mobiles, done by Pilar Candela, where they install an app on the mobile and they move and then export it to do some calculations. And this one it is done in an IT class, so they can use the computer. And at the end we have the electronic music, where they use an electronic instrument to make sounds, okay, related to the communication. It has to say that the museum has an augmented reality app. I don't know if you know what is augmented reality. Augmented reality is a way to enhance the world that surrounds us. We have used a lot of augmented reality in, for example, Pokemon Go or Instagram filters, the ones that change your face and put things in the background. Well, that is augmented reality. So we have developed an app for the museum to get a better experience, explain more things of it, and to do it more interactive. This app, it has been developed by 3 students, telecommunication students, Antonio Castellanos, Angel Martinez, and that last one is me. Okay, so this app is made with the software of Euphoria, where this is an image target. It's similar to QR code, where you, through the app, you scan it, and it shows you something. It can show you an image, a video, or an audio explaining a little bit of history of the display, the equipment displayed there. And next, I have prepared a little video of the augmented reality app. Okay, I'm going to. This is the museum. It says welcome to the Telecommunication Museum, but in Moscow. Here's a video of Luis, Vicente teacher, explaining how the Moscow works on This is a very popular program, many years ago. I have to say that there are more events that you can see through the app. So I invite you to go to download the app. It's on the webpage of the museum. Okay, so you can download it and pay a visit to the museum. So now we know what are STEM activities and what we do here. So during this past April, we have conducted an investigation work to see if this kind of visits, projects, STEM activities can impact on the younger generations. During 3 days, 11th, 12th, and 13th of April, 5 different secondary schools brought their students here and did the visit to assess if they really liked it or if it helped to them. We used 2 forms. Here we have some photos of the visit. Here is the other building. So the other building is the guided visit. Okay, these antennas are outside also.
Can I ask how can I use them to work? You can use them somehow to transfer the voice or no?
Yes,
The antennas? Yeah.
Because I saw a lot of people just trying to do something with that, but I don't know what.
Yes, you can see them from here. There are two antennas.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you speak on one and the other person is on the other one, at the center of the focus point, you can hear.
Ah, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I got it. Thank you so much.
Not alone, you need that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can test it. It's part of the also of the visit. Okay, and here we have more photos of that we have gone through these past days. Here there's a chronological order of it's women, important women that have brought something to science history. So it's good to see it. Here, as I was saying, we used two forms, one at the beginning and one at the end. The first one is this. I have translated it in English. Okay, so we asked questions, general questions. First, the gender, because we wanted to see if it impacted more men or women, or if more men had more knowledge previously than women. We wanted to see it. Also, if they wanted to go to college or if they prefer to go to a professional study. As I have said, the students that came here were from ages 15 to 18. The younger ones usually don't know, they still don't know what they want to do, but usually the older ones, they have the mind clear in that sense. Also, we asked the field of study, the arts, humanities, science, or of course engineering, architecture, and if they knew this faculty previously, because it is not known between youngsters. More questions were if they knew any degree here at the UPB, if they were interested in it. And if they knew the history of telecommunications here, because usually it's not known, it's very needed in our today's society, but they don't know where all these mobile phones, the internet comes from. And at the end of all the activities after the visit and the Telecochip activity, they filled this second questionnaire. This questionnaire, we can see that the first questions are the same, if they are male or female, or rather not say, if they want to do a college degree, fire study, and also we ask if they like the visit, and it's on the next one, and if they like the activities and the visit, from a scale to 1 to 5, nothing or a lot. Okay, and also if they, after knowing what this faculty, if they would like to study a degree here. Currently, we have 4 degrees: physics engineering, telecommunications, multimedia and digital technology, and 2 double degrees: economics plus telecommunications and maths plus telecommunications. Also, as I said, we have an IR app of the museum, so to see if it impacted or not the visit, we divided all the students in 2 groups. One group did the visit as in a normal way, with the guy explaining the anecdotes of the machines they are seeing, and the other group was given the guided tour with the help of the IR app. This means that with a tablet, okay, that had previously installed the app, they see what you saw on the video, the images and the videos explaining. And here we have some photos. Here is of the radio made by the amateur. He tells the story of how it was built and why and how it worked. And here the another student also, well, the video we saw. And at the end, well, they have a break, and after that, they do the Telecochip activity. Here we have the electronic music activity and the antennas one. The electronic music can be more like interactive as the students are asked to do something, and the antennas, it starts with a little bit of lecture. Also, we have the reality where they are using the Oculus glasses, the physics with mobiles, and the radio communications. So after this study, we have made an analysis of the results, and we have it here. The yellow one will be women, the green men, and the orange is other or rather not safe. Okay. So in total, we have 67 women, 103 men, and 11 rather not safe. We see here, this graphic, it's from the first four, okay, and the other one is from the after four. We see that, for example, women, 83% wanted to do a college degree, but after this activity, 80%. It also happens with men with university studies, it decreases. It happened also with the ones that wanted to do a degree, professional study, it also decreases, except for men that increases. But this thing has shown us that during teenage years, students, people don't know what they want to do in life. Okay, so also it has to know that a lot of them were from 15, 16 years old, so they are not sure what they want to do. Maybe they tell you, no, I want to go to university, and end up working at 16 years old. So another question that was asked was what kind of file they want to study. And here we see that there's an impact, a good impact of the disease, because women are also yellow, okay? Here engineering and architecture are 22%, but after it increases up to 30.7%. It also increases during May for the May students, and the other, you can see that it decreases about art and humanities, but the other ones rather stay the same. Then we have the assessment with the IR app. We can see that overall, without the IR app, it's good. They liked it a lot, but we have better numbers if they have used the IR app. That's because during the visit, the students are not just listening to someone telling them a story they don't care, but they also use it, like touch it, do a video or do an image now. It's more interactive in that way, so that helps to keep their attention. And then we have the activities name. Okay, these are the evaluation from the groups with the IR. Here the numbers, it varies between these two groups because, for example, physics with mobile, they are liked here, and virtual reality also is really liked, but radio communication, we can see that 42% is the lower scale, and 41% too. But if we compare it with this is the non-IR group with the other group, we can see that radio communications is quite light because light blue is 5, okay, and yellow is 24%, it's bigger. And here
Hello,
Hello.
are we at the right place?
SmartSoc?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry for the delay. Can we just sit anywhere?
Yeah, wherever you want.
Okay.
So, the Telecochip, as I said, here, let's focus on virtual reality. Here we see the around 1% and 2, okay, the scale 2, which is 20%. But on the previous one, they were all like 55% were a 5. So it was depending on the group that they liked it more or they liked it less. It also can vary because of their ages. Maybe these ones were the 15 years old and the other ones were the older ones, more to 18, 17, 18. And at the end, we have the evaluation of the IR app. In general, there's a good output of the app. They really liked it. So that's good for us because after all the work, the students have to develop it and make it better. It's good to see that someone will see the work site. And some comments of the activities that they have done. For example, someone really liked how Luis prepared the activity. This one is the radio communication. This one, it's not, they wanted something more dynamic or it was boring. That might be because it's the lectures can be a little high for the knowledge, so it can happen, or they liked it a lot. Well, that's it. We can say that this visit, this investigation has helped us see that the visit can have a little impact on the younger generations and help also make this faculty known to them. So that's it.
Martinez really.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
May I ask you?
Yes, of course. Do you have any questions?
Now it's time for questions.
How many people and how many hours work on this project to make all videos and everything around it?
Okay, so from one hand, I don't know how many hours, but we had to prepare the forms. Previously, what kind of questions we wanted?
Not only the forms, but the whole that when I came here to the museum and I see something about lectures and everything around it. First step was to make this augmented reality
the augmented reality and
everything.
Oh,
so sounds.
As I said, here the app was developed by 3 different students. The first one, okay, I'm going to
I
here.
Catch that.
For example,
so
Antonio was the first student. He developed it through his final project of degree. It was I don't know how many hours, I can't remember.
That's okay, it's maybe.
Yeah, but it was
12 ACTS, 12 ACTS.
12 ACTS. It's one of them, and he started it from 0. Okay, and then Carmen again took this application, and this one was done 2017. 2018, and I did it last year, 2021. Okay, so it's 12 ACTs each one. And they developed, as I said, with the software Euphoria and Unity to create the app. What I can say, well, for me, it was like 3 months of work for just the augmented reality app, more or less, with all the projects I did. Yeah?
It is a lot of work.
Yes.
Because but I mean, one thing is to develop the platform for the augmented reality.
Yeah.
And this is one thing, but a different thing is to record all the videos, to make all the animations, to make all the audios, to
Text.
the texting,
Yeah.
the images, everything. I don't know how many hours.
And also to connect the people and to ask him to have a time to work cooperate with you.
Yes, I
Yeah.
mean, it is. They are countless hours on that.
Yeah, well, on the web page of the museum, there's they are uploaded there the works, the thesis. So maybe there it's the hours.
So I don't know, but
There's
Not important how many hours, but it was a long time. I
Yes,
think, and
it was
a hard-
it started this up on 2017, 2018. So up until now, it has been updated and yeah.
Nice.
a lot of work.
Yeah. And also with the museum to get to all these displays and all this work, it started well before. Well, I mean,
10 years ago. It started 10
Yeah.
years ago.
it started as just equipment displayed around without any order. And here, Carmen, well, they did a work of documenting it, creating the collection, and also to add more equipment to it, because each year there are new
The new things.
things there.
New artifacts.
Yeah, last year I was surprised that there were 3 or 4 more that I didn't know about.
And
This year also. Yes.
And also for the telecochips, it is a lot of work because you have to enroll the lecturers to do it and to prepare a nice workshop. And some workshops are nicer than others.
Yeah, but I think it depends a lot of the profile of the students. If maybe if they prefer more humanity or arts and they come here, they are like, oh no, another
Technical things.
Yeah, another technical thing that I do not understand. So maybe that's why they change. So, question?
Yeah, I had a question about, did you work with like museum consultants or maybe professors that helped with the content, or was that all provided by the students who worked on that? I mean, I presume the students worked more on the technical part of like creating and developing the app, but you also needed to create all the supporting material for it to be displayed, right? So was that someone from another university, from an art university maybe, or something like that, for the animations and stuff like that?
No. All the app was developed by, as I said, telecommunications students. It was developed with Unity, okay, the app, and with Vuforia to make it to recognize this code, and it shows the image or video. And all these, as you said, what you can see, it was recorded, the videos.
The videos?
You recorded them?
No, for some videos, the Science Museum, the Valencia Science Museum, help us with some videos, for recording some videos. And also we had an art student for the images of the ladies in the machine, in the stitching machine.
Yeah.
Yes, we had an art student for that. It is because in this university there is art faculty also. So and they are friends of us. So they make some favors.
So the students were all from this university, all of them? Yeah, okay, but just not just the teleco and.
In the museum they work both telecommunication students and art students.
Okay.
And then there are also art students that made a final work in the museum, the final degree work in the museum, especially conservation and restoration students. They work also.
I also have a question. I presume that not the whole museum is covered by AR, right? It's like some displays.
You can say
How many of the displays are there? It's
12?
general numbers.
No, 15?
50?
Yeah, around
That's a
the
nice number.
in this place you can see this you can see this image, okay? And if you have the app, you can scan it and it shows. But they are on the ground level. They are, let me count. 3, 4, 5 on the ground.
No, I can't remember. I should name it, but I think it was 15.
15.
That last time we counted, it was 15.
Yeah.
Yes, but there was kind of 45 or 50 showcases.
Mhm.
So it's just a small
Yeah,
box.
it's a small one.
Yeah.
But it takes time to develop and record.
Yeah,
and-
that's why there are like 3 final words. For example, I did the video I showed you. There are 5 of them which I or created from zero, or I
yes.
just had to
Yes.
correct some things. But those are the ones that I worked in. But the other ones I didn't touch them because they were already.
Peter says that the next presentation is 11:30,
Yeah.
so we have time to see it.
Are they museum?
So,
Okay.
Yes, I will ask online participants if they have questions.
They can visit the museum with the.
do you want the tablets also?
No, I mean for the virtual participants, they can visit to the webpage and see the museum.
If this web address short, can you write it there? Or?
No.
Okay, so we will share in our chat the web address.
Yes.
And I will ask if they have question now.
Yeah.
Question. Students, they can go to civil.com.
A ver, espera. Sí. No, espera.
Carmen, could you switch off voice?
Dear online participants, I would like to ask if you have any question.
Okay, this is the museum webpage. In this here, in visits, you have oh, everything is in Spanish. Sorry.
It's okay.
You should learn Spanish anyway.
Right-click translate.
Where are we speaking in English? You should learn Spanish. Okay, so we have virtual reality and augmented reality. So for the people that is online, this is the museum in a virtual reality visit.
Yes.
And you can go. Go to.
And you can like walk through the museum because this is a virtual representation of the next building, the building next to us, and it's you can display all the equipment, and also you can take a look for the virtual participants. So if you have,
Okay, you can see.
you can see.
You can assist.
It's also done with Unity, this environment.
Okay, thank you very much.